Hello students, in this video lecture, I will explain to you how to prepare the balance sheet and profit loss account of a banking company as per the prescribed format in Banking Regulation Act 1949. Let's begin. Now this is the example. Now here we have the trial balance, and at the foot of the trial balance there are four adjustments. Adjustment number 1 is provide debit until discounted, then make provision for doubtful debts, then authorized capital is mentioned of this bank, and we have to make a provision for taxation reserve. Okay, now we must prepare the balance sheet of banking company as per Form A. Now, under the heading capital and liabilities, there are 5 schedules, and under the heading of assets, there are 6 schedules from 6 to 11. And after that, schedule number 12 is of contingent liabilities and bills for collection is uh, is mentioned there as a footnote of the balance sheet. Now, Form B, it is of profit loss account. Now, there are 4 parts in this form: income, expenditure, profit, and appropriation. Under the category of income, there are 2 schedules, 13 and 14 of income. Then here under the category of expenditure, there are 2 schedules, 15 and 16. And provisions and contingencies is also a part of expenditure. Next, here we have to find out the profit of the current year, and in that profit, previous year's profit will be added to find out the total profit, total lifetime profit of a bank. Then here the profit is appropriated. In this part, profit is appropriated. But as far as schedule number 13 is concerned, let me tell you, it is income earned. Here we are supposed to mention the interest related income of a bank. Now schedule number 15 is the interest expended. Here we have to mention the interest related expenses of the bank, and income other than interest received we must mention under schedule number 14, and here, just like that, expenses other than interest paid we must mention under schedule number 16. Okay, let's begin with the solution. Now this is the trial balance. Let me tell you two important rules. You see, in the trial balance, actually the closing balances of the ledgers are given. Now, if any ledger has a debit balances, if any ledger has a debit balance, then such a ledger would be either asset or expense. If it is asset, then as per the nature of the asset, you have to select the appropriate ledger, and in that appropriate ledger, you are supposed to mention that ledger. And if you think it is an expense, then under the heading expenditure we have to get 2 schedules. So as per the nature of expense, you have to select the appropriate ledger. And if any ledger has a credit balance, then such a ledger would be either income or liability. If it is liability, I mean to say, as per the properties of the ledger, as per the nature of a ledger, if you think it is liability account, then out of these 5 schedules, you have to select the appropriate schedule for recording such a ledger. And if you think the ledger is an income account, then we have here 2 schedules. So out of these 2 schedules, as per the similarities between the ledger and the schedules, you have to select the appropriate schedule. मैंने यहाँ पे आपको ये बोला कि अगर कोई लेजर का बैलेंस डेबिट है, तो इसका मतलब वो लेजर इधर एसेट हो सकता है या फिर एक्सपेंस हो सकता है। अगर वो एसेट है तो फॉर्म ए में, मतलब बैलेंस शीट के शेड्यूल्स में उसको दिखाना है। अगर आपको लगता है वो एक्सपेंस है, तो आपको फॉर्म बी में जो भी एक्सपेंसेस के शेड्यूल्स है, जो भी आपके हिसाब से आइडियल शेड्यूल है, एप्रोप्रिएट शेड्यूल है, उसको वहाँ पे उस शेड्यूल के अंदर आपको एक्सपेंस दिखाना है। अगर किसी लेजर का बैलेंस अगर क्रेडिट है, अगर आपको तो फिर उसका मतलब ये होता है कि वो एक तो लायबिलिटी होगा या फिर इनकम होगा। अगर वो आपको लगता है कि वो लायबिलिटी है, तो लायबिलिटी के जितने शेड्यूल्स है, उसी में जो एप्रोप्रिएट शेड्यूल आपको लगता है कि बिटवीन एज पर द सिमिलरिटीज बिटवीन द liabilities in that particular liability account and schedules, आपको appropriate schedule चूज करना है और वहाँ पे उसको दिखाना है। सेम केस फॉर इनकम, अगर आपको लगता है कि वो इनकम है, तो हमारे यहाँ पे फॉर्म बी प्रोवाइड्स 2 schedules, that is 13 and 14, इनकम अर्न्ड एंड अदर इनकम। तो जो भी अप्रोप्रिएट है वहाँ पे आपको उसको दिखाना है। ठीक है। Now let's begin with the solution. Now point number 1 is subscribed capital. Now see, it has a credit balance. Now being a capital, you know that it is a liability. Now here we have 5 schedules. Now in these 5 schedules you can now here we have 5 schedules, but out of these 5 schedules, the ideal schedule for mentioning capital is schedule number 1 capital. So here under the in schedule 1 capital. Here I am mentioning that capital, but here we have adjustment. As per the adjustment, in the authorized capital of a company, there are 1,20,000 equity shares, and the value of each share is rupees 10. So 1,20,000 into 10, it becomes 12 lakh. 12 lakh. This is your authorized capital, but for calculation purpose, we are going to consider only subscribed capital. So this is the authorized capital. Okay. The next is in the problem reserve fund. Now it has also credit balance, and it is also a liability of a bank. So out of these 5 schedules, we should show it under schedule number 2, that is reserve and surplus. So here I'm mentioning it under schedule number 2 next to reserve and surplus. uh, the figure is 2,81,250. So here 2,81,250. Okay. Now next in the problem is loans, cash credit, and overdraft. Now it has a debit balance, and you know that through loan, cash credit, and overdraft, बैंक offers credit facility to its client. मतलब ये लोन जब बैंक लोन देती है ना, it gives loan either in the form of loan, cash credit, overdraft. ये बैंक के advances है. So it is an asset of a bank. So it comes under schedule number 9, that is advances. Advances का मतलब होता है कि बैंक जो भी कर्जा देती है उसे advances बोलते हैं. So we have to mention it under schedule number 9. So here loans, cash credit, and overdraft, the figure is 2,44,125. Okay. The next in the problem is premises. Now it has also debit balance. Now it is also asset. Premises means building. It is also asset. Now for mentioning building, out of these 6 schedules, the schedule number 10 is the ideal for it. We should mention it under schedule number 10, that is fixed asset. Okay, go to schedule number 10. Now here next to premises, show this value, that is rupees 86,250. Next in the trial balance is Indian government securities. It is also debit balance. It is also asset. Now out of these 6 schedules, we should mention it under schedule number 8, that is investments. So investments here, Indian government securities, 4,50,000. Now let me tell you one thing. If you get adjustment like in the problem, okay, so the market value of Indian government securities is, let's say, the 4 lakh, and the book value is 4 lakh 50,000. In that case, always show the market value in the inner column in a bracket, and always consider the book value for the calculation. In any case, as far as Indian government securities are concerned. Okay. Next in the problem is current deposits. Let me tell you here. See, current deposits. Then next is saving bank deposits, uh, and third is current deposit, fixed deposits, and next is saving bank deposits. Now these three ledgers have credit balances. Now and these are the liability of a bank. Being a credit balance, the liability of a bank, and out of these 5 schedules, we should show it under schedule number 3, that is deposits. So I'll show it under schedule number 3, deposits here only. Okay. Then next in the problem is salaries, general expenses, rent and taxes, and director fees. Now these 4 ledgers have debit balances, and all these 4 ledgers are expenses ledger, expenses accounts, and as you know, none of the expenses related to interest payment, and that's why all these ledgers we should show under schedule number 16, that is operating expenses here. Now, salary is 31,500, general expenses 30,375, rent and taxes 3,375, and director fees 2,250. Let me tell you again, as far as expenditures are concerned of a bank, in schedule number 15, we should show the interest paid related expenses. I mean to say, interest paid on deposits by a bank to its clients, or interest paid by a bank on its borrowings. So such expenses we should consider under schedule number 15, and expenses other than interest paid should be considered under schedule number 16. Okay. Now next in the problem is profit and loss account as on 1st April 2019. Now look here, we are told to prepare financial statement as on 31st March 2020, and the beginning date of this accounting year is 1st April 2019. So here we have profit, the opening profit of a bank of this financial year, and this profit we should show in form B. I mean to say profit loss account here in the third part next to profit brought forward here in the column of current year, because this is last year profit brought forward. Okay. Now next in the problem is, next is interest and discount received. Now see here the wording is interest and discount received. It means what? This bank has received interest and discount. It means this bank has received interest on its loans, and it has received discounts by discounting bills. So what is it? It is an income of a bank. It has a credit balance. So being an income of a bank and it is received by a bank on account of interest and discount. So we should show it under schedule number 13. Let me tell you one more time that in schedule number 13 we should show bank's interest related incomes. If bank is receiving income on account of interest, then it should be shown in schedule number 13, and income other than interest must be shown in schedule number 14. Okay. Now here interest and discount received, the figure is 1,40,625. Okay. Next in the problem is stock of stationery. Now see stock of stationery. Now it has a debit balance. So debit balance means what? Either asset or expense, and it is an asset. It is the closing stock of stationery in hand at the end of the accounting year. So it should be shown in assets. Now, as far as assets are concerned, we have these 6 schedules, and out of these 6 schedules, we can show it under schedule number 11, other assets. So, schedule number 11, other assets, here, stock of stationery. Okay. Next in the problem is, now next is bill purchase and discounted. It has also debit balance. It has also debit balance. It is an asset of a bank. ना बिल परचेस एंड डिस्काउंट का मतलब क्या होता है कि एक ये भी एक प्रकार का ही एडवांस ही है। जब बैंक किसी किसी के पास से बिल रिसीवेबल या फिर प्रॉमिसरी नोट बोले या फिर बिल ऑफ एक्सचेंज बोले, जब परचेस करती है तो वो डिस्काउंट करती है, और डिस्काउंट का जो भी पैसा है वो माइनस करके बाकी का पैसा उस क्लाइंट को देती है। एंड जब भी उस बिल का मैच्योरिटी डेट जब आएगा, तभी जो भी उसका जिसने भी वो बनाया है फिर जिसने भी वो इंडोर्स किया है उसको बैंक को पेमेंट करना पड़ता है। मतलब बैंक आज जब पैसे देगी तो डिस्काउंट माइनस करके देगी, और जब पैसा लेगी तो पूरा पैसा लेगी। सो इट इज लाइक एडवांस ऑफ अ बैंक, एंड थ्रू बिल परचेस एंड डिस्काउंटेड एक्चुअली इट ऑफर्स क्रेडिट to the holder of a bill receivable. So it is like advance of a bank. So schedule number 9. So here we should mention it. Okay, that is 51,750. Okay, next in the problem is now here we have interim dividend paid. See, interim dividend is paid. Now dividend is always paid uh, uh, through profit, and it is an appropriation of profit. Here in form B, that is format of a profit loss account, in the fourth part here next to this point we should show it. That is interim dividend paid. Okay, just a minute and let me copy it. 90,125. Here we have to show it. Okay. Now next in the problem is shares of a company. Now it has also debit balance. It is also an asset of a bank, and out of these 6 schedules, and the nature of this is investment, right? Shares of a company. So it will go under schedule number 8, investments. The figure is 56,250. Schedule number 8, investments. Here. Okay. Now the next in the problem is cash in hand and balance with RPI. So it has debit balance. It is also an asset of a bank. So and it will go under schedule number 6, that is cash and balances with RBI. So here we should show it here. Okay, I think let me copy it with this figure, and here schedule number 6. Okay, 2,13,750. Okay. Now next in the problem is money at call and short notice. Now it has also debit balance, and it comes under schedule number 7. Balances with banks and money at call and short notice. Actually, money at call and short notice are nothing but the interbank loans. If loan is given for 1 day, then it is known as money at call. If loan is given on condition that whenever it is to be called back, at least 3 days notice should be given, then in such a condition, it is known as money at short notice. So it is an asset of a bank and it comes under schedule number 7. 7. Okay, that is balances with banks and money at call in short notice. Okay, now next in the problem is interest paid. Now it has debit balance and it is liability, sorry, it is an expense of a bank. It has a debit balance. Interest paid, see in the word, in the ledger only it is mentioned interest paid, and interest related expenses we should mention under schedule number 15. So here under schedule number 15, interest paid figure, so 56,250. Now next is, I think we are done with the postings of all these ledgers which are part of trial balance of this bank. Now let's discuss in detail all the adjustments. Now adjustment number 1 is provide rebate on bill discount at 1,125. Now you should know that bill discounted are nothing but the, I mean to say, rebate on bill discounted are nothing but the unexpired discounts, or it is that discount which is received in current year, but it is of next year. So that's why it is cannot be treated as an income of a current year. If it is included in interest, and such income is, if such a discount is included in the income of a bank in the current year, then it should be uh, it should be deducted from the interest and discount account. That's why the reverse entry should be passed. Now in such a situation, the entry is passed like this: interest and discount account debit to rebate on bill discounted. Therefore, interest and from interest and discount account we should deduct such an expired discount because it is an income of next accounting year, and we cannot treat the same as income of the current accounting year. And if it is included in the current accounting year, then it should be deducted. That's why, as it has come in the problem as an adjustment, therefore we should deduct it from interest and discount account, that is schedule number 13. And when we pass entry like this, that is interest and discount account debit to rebate on bill discounted account, rebate on bill discounted account is credited. That's why it closes with the credit balance, and it appears in the balance sheet as a liability in schedule number 5, other liabilities and provisions. In short, if you get if you get this adjustment in the problem, then you should provide two effects. The first effect is you should deduct it from schedule number 13, that is rebate on bill discounted. The figure is 1,125, that is schedule number 13, 1,125. And the second effect is you should show the same amount in schedule number 5, other liabilities and provision. Because of credit balance, it closes with closing credit balance, and in the next accounting year this balance of 1,125 will be added in the interest and discount account. So in the current year we deducted it from interest and discount account because it is the income of the next accounting year, and in the next accounting year it will be treated as an income. So this ledger balance 1,125 will be treated as an income in next accounting year. So in next accounting year it will be added in interest and discount account. So contra entry will be passed. I mean to say contra entry is passed in this case. So next is provide rupees 3,375. Okay. For doubtful debts. Now in case of banking company, doubtful debts means irrecoverable loan. So on account of irrecoverable loan, bank has made a provision of rupees 3,375. So because of this provision 3,375, the advances will be reduced. But this provision is usually shown in under provisions and contingencies here. So under provisions and contingencies we should show it here, and the figure is 3,375. And because of the second effect of it, we have to deduct it from the advances. So here 3,375. Okay, 3,375. So these are the two effects of provision for bad and doubtful debt. First show it under provisions and contingencies, then deduct it from advances. Now here we have authorized capital. We have already shown the effect of this adjustment. Finally, we have to make a provision for taxation reserve. Same case. Now as we are making provision, here we have to mention it under provisions and contingency. The value is 9,000, and as it is made for the payment of tax in the future, so it comes under schedule number 5, that is provision for taxation reserve. It comes under schedule number 5, that is other liabilities and provisions. Now we are done with the all the adjustments. So let me tell you one more time. जो पहला इफेक्ट हमने प्रोविजन टैक्सेशन रिजर्व का किया वो अंडर प्रोविजंस एंड कॉन्टिजेंसीज में किया, एंड जो इसका सेकंड इफेक्ट है हमने यही सेम अमाउंट हमने दिखाया शेड्यूल नंबर 5 में, दैट इज अदर लायबिलिटीज एंड प्रोविजंस हियर. Okay, now let's close first form B, that is profit loss account of a bank. Now we will close first this ledger, but we have to deduct this amount. Okay, I'll deduct it. Okay, now so is equal to here from rupees 1,40,625 I will deduct 1,125. The figure is 1,39,500. 1,39,500. So mention this figure here next to schedule number 39. Next to schedule number 39. Sorry, next to schedule number 30. And the amount is 1,39,500. Okay, it means details. Let me tell you one more thing. The details are given in the schedules and summary is presented in forms, that is form and form. This is the summary of schedule number 30. This is the final figure of schedule number 30. Okay, now schedule number 14. Now in schedule number 14 there is not a single item, so therefore the income of this bank from this schedule is nil. The income is nil. Okay, the next schedule in the problem is interest expended, and the figure is 56,250. So this is the details given in schedule number 15, interest paid related details, and a summary we will show here. 56,250, 56,250. Okay, now next in the problem is schedule number 16, and the total of these figures 67,500. So here 67,500, 67,500. Next is provisions and contingency. The total is 12,375. Let me say again, 12,375 here show 12,375. Now after that we will make a total of incomes first. So here the total of incomes is 1,39,500, and here the total is 1,36,125. So as far as accounting year 1920 is concerned, this bank's total of income is 1,39,500. So from the total we will deduct the total expenses of the bank. So 1,36,125. So the profit of the current year is 3,075. 3,375. Sorry, 3,375. And the total of the total profit is of this bank 23,625. It means it is the lifetime profit of this bank, 23,625. Now as far as appropriation is concerned, we have to make appropriations of this profit, that is 23,625. Means out of this profit we can make provision for we have to make appropriation of the profit from the total of the profit 23,625. But as far as statutory reserve is concerned, we have to make provision of 25%, 25% of current year profit. What is the current year profit? 3,375, 3,375, and the figure is 843. So the round figure is 844. So we will transfer 844 that is 25% of current year profit to statutory reserve. Let me tell you one more time. Here I calculated this figure on the current year figure. I didn't consider the previous year profit as well as the total profit, total lifetime profit. I considered only current year profit for making provision to statutory reserve. That is 25%. That is 844. Now see, out of this 23,625, out of these 23,625, 19,125 are used for the payment of dividend and 844 rupees transferred to statutory reserve. Therefore, the remaining balance of profit is 3,656 and it will be carried forward to balance sheet. So, and this statutory reserve we have to carry forward under schedule number 2, that is reserve and surplus, and it also goes under schedule number 2, that is reserve and surplus. Let's first transfer statutory reserve, that is 844. Here schedule number 2, 844, 844. Now statutory reserve, statutory reserve. Now it is 25%, 25% of 25% of current year profit, current year profit, that is rupees, the current year profit is 3,375. So 3,375. Okay, now here and the next is we have to carry forward this figure, balance carried over to balance sheet in schedule number 2 again. Here 3,656, 3,656. Okay, 3,656. Okay, now after closing the profit loss account, let's close all the schedules of balance sheets. Okay, capital, schedule number 1 is capital. Now here for the calculation purpose, ignore the authorized capital, take into consideration only authorized capital, sorry, subscribed capital, 5,62,000, 5,62,500. Now the next is reserve and surplus. So here the total of reserve and surplus is 2,85,750. So here 2,85,750, 2,85,750. Okay, next in the next schedule is deposits. The total is 3,39,375. So 3,39,375. Okay, next is now borrowings are nil. So here I'll type nil, and total of schedule number 5 is 10,125. So here I'll write 10,125. I'll type it, and here I'll type nil. Now let's make the total of liabilities, capital liabilities. It is 11,97,750. Okay, now let's make the totals of the figures given in asset schedules. Okay, let's begin with schedule number 6. The total is now 2,13,750. Okay, 2,13,750. Here 2,13,750. Now schedule number 7. The total of the schedule is, there is only one item, so 90,000. So here I'll type here 90,000. Okay, now the next is schedule number 8, investments. The total is, aggregate figure is 5,06,250. So here I'll write 5,06,250. Okay, then next is now here advances. Now first make addition of 2,44,125, then add 51,750, and then from this total deduct 3,375. So 2,92,500 are the net advances of this bank. 2,92,500. So here next to schedule number 9, 2,92,500. Okay, now next in the problem is fixed asset. There is only one fixed asset and its value is 86,250. 86,250. Okay, show here 86,250. 86,250. Now we have other assets. I think other assets are, there is one particular in other asset, one ledger, that is stock of stationery. The value is 9,000. Okay, the value is 9,000. Here I'll mention 9,000 rupees. Now let's add all the assets one by one. Okay, 11,97,750. Now you can see here the total of all the schedules of liabilities is 11,97,750, and the total of all the schedules of assets is 11,97,750. So the total liabilities, we can see that there is a perfect match between the total of liabilities and total of assets. So balance sheet is tallied. This problem is solved. I hope you understood how to prepare the balance sheet and profit loss account of a banking company. Now here the contingent balance is nil. There is no contingent liability, so I'll mention here its balance as a nil. Let me tell you one more thing. The bills for collection is different from contingent liability. Okay, thank you.